What's up guys and gals, it's time for a black metal review. This time we travel all the way to United States of America and more, more precisely to Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh. This one here is a one-man project. It's called Nox Aeternum, with the third album called The Reaction, a higher form of killing. To be honest, I'm not sure why the band has such a complicated title, which is not that straight to the point. Why not just a high form of killing? Well, that's, I guess, up for guessing. Now it seems like the band doesn't exactly have the proper CD format available. I don't know. This is, as you can see, kind of a CDR by FedEx, which is probably, it seems like this package costs a lot to be sent to me, which kind of makes a very little sense considering this is a CDR copy with just this type of deal here. As you can see, there is no inlay booklet as such, but just the cover image and then the track listing, and that's it. This is just plain and simple Xerox copy in a CDR version. So without further ado, let's take a look on the band's Metal Archive site. Here we see the basic information about the band, and as you can see, this is the information about the band. Not signed, coming from Pennsylvania, founded in 2013, and more importantly, missing the new album. I don't know if it's because I'm a little bit early with this one. It's currently 19th of March and this album is supposed to come out in 27th of March 2020 and it's not yet listed here. One of the reasons which I am thinking of might be that since this is not a label release as it seems, Metal Archives it's not exactly accepting the album here as well. So maybe it will pop up here later on. I don't know, can only guess based on my prior experience with Metal Archives throughout the years. But that is how it is. To give you a little bit insight to this lineup information, what we have here is Andrew C. Hart, which is the only member of this project. I'm calling it project, not a band, because it's, well, one-man project. One man doesn't exactly make a band, right? And here we're going to see basic information about him. He's everything in Nox Aeternum and some other links as well as the man's image here. You can see the grim looking guy. Then again, if we move to related links, we have Bandcamp here. We have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, so social media very well, nicely covered. And here we have once again this album, which has its cover in a prettier form. As you can see, sort of an angelic statue creature here. I would say some building, maybe a temple, church, or whatever in the background. Could be, to be honest, way more, I don't know, clear. And then we have this tracklist, and obviously you can pre-order the album for quite a little price. Very basic information here, but also you can see the previous releases right there. And about similar artists, well, this is a typical thing what you get when you have not so known band. Nothing is actually linked here. No other bands which are supposed to be similar. So once again, which I would like people to do is that once you are using Metal Archives and browsing some information about your favorite bands or whatever bands, fill those similar artist ideas. You can just basically click here and start listing names and suggesting which are similar bands. Obviously you need to have your username here, which you just fill like this, and then you can just start adding information here. For example, here it shows my information and whatever, and now that I have here this similar artists thing, I start typing names in here, whatever. Why I'm doing that now is actually that this reminds me of so many bands, but not any given band properly, which is I having hard times with similar artists, which is totally against what I just told you to do. I'm still pondering if some names pop up into my head later on, but as of now, well, this is an interesting case. Here it says that melodic black metal, which I think is 75% correct. And the rest for the 25% is that this is exactly not your plain melodic black metal thing. at least based on this third album. I haven't heard the prior one, so I really can't compare. But this one is more likes of melodic metal meeting melodic death metal meeting, once again, melodic black metal. So it's all about an all-around melodic, that's a kind of a given. But some of those riffs are something that, in my opinion, they could be found in many of those Swedish melodic melodic metal. I wouldn't call them melodic death metal, but bands like such as Dark Tranquility, older In Flames, Gates of Ishtar, and stuff like that. But to add them as similar artists would be kind of a misleading, because this is also quite a bit of that melodic black metal stuff. Also, there are ideas which could be very well from bands such as, Ball Thrower, especially for Victory era, and Amon Amarth in some places here and there. But to make them similar artists would be a kind of a misleading, because this is not melodic death metal. This is not melodic metal in the Swedish way. But it's not your typical melodic black metal either. So it's kind of a combination, kind of a hybrid. In a way, I would say this kind of reminds me of older Dissection in the terms of being this kind of a melodic hybrid. But then again, Dissection's type of melodic riffs and guitar melodies in general are rather different. So once again, that is not a similar artist for the sake here. Why I'm listing these names are that these are just random names that kind of keep popping in my head when I'm thinking what kind of music this could be compared to, but yet not sounding the same exactly. Now, given that this is a one-man project, I must say this is rather nicely done. It's kind of a catchy. It's nicely driven by the songs, this kind of a flow, if you will. And it's kind of a, how to say it, there's a certain pattern that keeps appearing and emerging every now and then on this album. That is, it's not exactly recycling itself, but it's kept in a way that it's just fits together, all those pieces of a puzzle. So it's not like going overboard with different kind of ideas. It's not definitely going off track, It's keeping very well on the style that it's all about, basically. But there are a couple of little buts which I want to mention, because I think they're worth addressing. And one of those is actually the drum sound. I'm not sure, because it doesn't exactly give me this information, that is this CD release, but it feels like a drum machine has been used. It's not most annoying, because if it would be kind of a clear and obvious that it's drum machine, but it certainly feels like that. And while that's not a big problem, it is a little bit something that I find a little bit teeth grinding. It could be a lot worse, and it could be a lot better also. And it doesn't even matter if it's drum machine or, man-played drums, because what it matters if the sound is good or not, and this is not the best of its kind. One other thing which is a little bit, well, not bothering, but I guess worth mentioning, is that some of the songs are actually quite lengthy for this kind of music, and that is kind of reducing the effect, the effect how these songs and melodies are done. That is, with more compact songwriting, in my opinion, this could be even more a killer on an album. But overall, it's quite positive. It's definitely a decent album. So my biggest annoying with this CDR copy is that it's CDR with no proper covers. I don't know if there's a proper version around there, even though I have been in contact with the man in the band. But to be honest, no information whatsoever. Maybe it was somewhere along the lines and I missed it. I'm sorry if that's the thing here, but anyway, I still think that you should give this band a listen when those Bandcamp songs are right there available for you. And this might be true already when this video comes out. That remains to be seen. Anyway, those links are in the description box, so do yourself a favor and give this one a listen. It's rather nice, but not yet a cigar worth a release. Once again, thank you for watching and looking forward to your comments. If there are any similar ideas similar bands that is, you want me to add to the Metal Archives, if you don't have the account to do that, let me know and I will push the buttons and make things happen. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.